It's been like 11 days since Drake barked on a live stream, and the internet is still melting down as a result.
Drake done ran the gamut. You can't be barking for the golf. The golf, girl? I bark for my. I only bark for. Would I bark for my wife?
Yeah, you ready? Yes,
there you go. J-Lo just left.
What the hell is this?
Never fails.
What's y'all?
Never fails, he says. Never fails what?
I was sniffing the seat.
Something, right? You know you's a hating, just weak person when you just overanalyze every little thing somebody does and have an issue with it. I'm gonna explain.
Okay.
Preach, brother.
Okay.
Stuff like that just reminds me how white Drake is. Like, why are you attracted to the golf girl? Like, why you barking at the Hot Topics chick?
But who have we known Drake to date that's like a black girl? Who was Drake with?
Drake wasn't seriously trying to date any of the girls on that 20v1. He literally
Exactly. I've been saying that. I think Drake has been being a really good sport with whatever's being asked of him, by Stake to celebrate their anniversary or whatever. I thought he was a great sport, whatever that's worth.
he picked 3 winners just to give them something.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like a Oprah. There was a black woman that was a winner too.
Mhm.
They don't say nothing about that. This is what Charlamagne said. He said, it reminded me how white Drake is that he picked a golf white girl. How many niggas are actually prefer white women?
Charlamagne is like a punching bag.
It's not like that 20 verse 1 was just full of bad bitches and he leaped over a bunch of black women to get to her. Then Lauren LaRosa goes, we haven't seen him really date any black women like that.
Drake done had all the black women that we like,
Serena?
except Beyonce.
Rihanna? Look at this comment. Okay, she said, at Lauren LaRosa, Keisha Shantae, SZA, Rihanna, Serena Williams, Johanna Leah, Bria Miles, Melissa Forbes, Cara Jones, Malaya Michelle, Kathy Washington, Johnny Blaze, Miracle Watts, Malika Terry, Zamina, Iman Haman, Zoe Kravitz, Rosalind Gold.
Lord have mercy. So where were we? I don't somehow I lost my train of thought for some reason. You know what I mean? Drake, yeah, Drake, yeah, Drake. So since the whole barking thing, he's had Wayno go at him, Adam 22 go at him, Sauce Walka played a record about him, some diss track or whatever that I'm sure, I guess Drake is probably losing sleep at night over. Now Charlamagne Tha God got a theory about why he did it. What is that? What's that theory? Charlamagne's take is that barking is evidence of, I quote, how white Drake is. What does barking have to do with being white? Let me know down in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Is that what white people do, bark? Anywho, I digress. Call Pinkchyu a hot topic chick. Like from the store, I'm assuming. Okay, the golf thing. All right, I got it. Okay, I'm following you. And frame the whole thing as Drake operating in a lane that isn't his. Now, I want to actually engage in this instead of just playing the clip, because there's a version of that argument that's real. Drake has spent 15 years being fluent in every regional accent, every scene, every sound. Houston, London, Atlanta, Jamaica, Memphis. And now the criticism that follows him everywhere is that fluency isn't the same as belonging. Okay. Your point is what? Well, that may be true. That may be true. Fluency is not the same as actually being from somewhere, but you can't be from everywhere. Maybe you like something from so many places. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Act like you're not from there and you love it there? What if you go there a lot? You can't be familiar. Are we talking about familiarity here? Is that the issue? But I don't think that's what happened on the stream. And here's where I push back on Charlamagne. Barking on command isn't a white thing, at least not to me. It's a streamer thing. That's an established bit in that world. Kai Cenat's audience, Aiden Ross's audience. That's native behavior on Kick and Twitch. You know, Drake didn't drift into whiteness. He drifted into creator economy. And he's playing by his rules, apparently, which he told us roughly, 3 years ago in First Person Shooter. He rapped that his youngins are, richer than rappers because they stream. Everybody heard that as a observation. Well, apparently it was an announcement. So the real question isn't whether Drake acted white, is whether the biggest rapper alive decided that being a streamer pays better than being respected. 11 Days of This says, hey, he might be right. And that should bother you more than the barking did, really. Is Drake right? I don't have that much of issue with the whole barking thing, particularly barking. Like I said, when the footage came out, I thought Drake was being a great sport. Clearly he was supposed to go viral doing something embarrassing. I think we can all agree, a mission accomplished. But he could have embarrassed himself doing a number of things. He didn't have to bark on command. Somebody could have hit him in the face with a pie or something. That's old school. I don't know. But so what? Clearly, the whole dating show thing was to, for views. The whole thing was for clicks. So of course the barking is also for clicks. Surprise. So what? I think he did what he's supposed to do. He accomplished the task. He got some buzz around Steak. He made it into a spectacle. And and maybe that is his lane now. Maybe his lane is for his personal business to be personal and not to be public, unless he is, making his money, getting his bread. And I'm cool with it. But another thing I think we should address is all the public hating. It's beyond scrutiny. There was a time, and I'm probably older than a lot of you watching, and it's okay. I'm actually cool with that. Like a lot of this young stuff, I can't get on board with. I can't follow. It was a time when publicly hating on people was just kind of seen as like you weak, like you whack if you doing that. I mean, I guess we don't really see it like that now. We laugh and we applaud it, and well, he's trolling, yada yada. But it was a time when we called that dirty macking. When you always hating on somebody publicly. Not that you need to love everybody publicly or privately, but you didn't go publicly to make these negative, derogatory comments and still be seen as masculine or manly. I'm not going to use the word that we would call that, but I'll say the initials are BAN. That's what you were back when you acted like that, when you were publicly denouncing somebody all the time. Like, I mean, man, come on, man. We men, we congratulate each other, or we should not go out of our way to hate. Or it was a time when we even said, now this is beyond my day, but this was a time when if you don't have nothing good to say, you don't say nothing at all. That was a time. That was a thing. Is it just for clicks? Do we really feel like that? Are we trolling? I know those are new concepts. So if that's the deal, then okay. But is it trolling when you're doing it for 15, 20 damn years? I don't ever remember Charlamagne saying something good about Drake. He never said anything good about Drake. As a matter of fact, if you always saying something negative for years, it's not even news anymore, really. It's just like, man, get over it. What's your deal? Anyway, that's my 2 cents. We streaming live every Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Check us out. This is the Clout Report. J Cal. Peace. We out.